what's happening, man? Talking much ish, man. TMI back in the building one more again, man. And before you do anything, man, hit that like and subscribe button, man. I want to talk about this little video, man. Charleston White speaks on the new generation of pill poppers, and how he compares the Percocet addicts to the crackheads of old. Yeah, man. So let's get off into there, man. See what this boy talking about.
I was gonna say though about like drugs.
Yeah.
Like in modern time, well today's world, you know, the kids coming up, they doing like the Percocets and things like that. And I seen some, I think it was I think it's Taste 600 from Chicago. He was saying something like it should be like shameful that people just they're using Percocet like it was back then with like the crack and the heroin and all that stuff.
He must don't know that wasn't shameful.
Oh. Well, it was recreational at first, right?
He must don't know. At first, crack was like Percocets. Crack was like syrup. You know how everybody walking around sipping? That's what crack was like when syrup first hit. Everybody was on crack. They the new dope fiends. You ain't got to shame them. Life go shame them. Right now it's cool. Right now it was cool when everybody was blowing powder in them clubs and everybody was getting high. It was cool then. It was cool to smoke crack when crack was king. It was only shame because we said, your mama a crackhead, and we saw how you were looking. Now you growing up with the same chromosomes, the same genetics that your mother or your father or your grandmother or grandfather had. Those same, you got the same addictive nature. Except for your time, crack was replaced with syrup. Crack was replaced with mollies. Crack was replaced with ecstasy. Crack was replaced with hydrocodones. Crack was replaced with opioids. Y'all the new crackhead, little homie.
I ain't know y'all.
Not you, I'm telling whoever the little Taste 600 is. Y'all the pill popping generation is the new crackheads. Homie, nothing is more shameful and ugly than leaning on syrup.
I can't do it, man. I can't be outside. Nah.
Nothing is more shameful for a nigga who walking around high that don't have clear eyes in his eye. He got bloodshot red eyes with the droopy face look. Nothing is more shameful than a drunk who look drunk. Nothing is more shameful than a young person getting high, talking about the generation before them getting high. You done filled the shoes. You ain't even let your brain fully develop. You popping pills at 22, 21. You losing brain development. You go be thinking 22 at 35 without the emotional intelligence to deal with a woman, because women mature faster than boys. That's why your woman go run circles around you. She growing in development.
Hey, man, once again going in on the culture and how shameful it is the way people behave, man, on these, especially when they on this dope. But he's right, man. I had the I ain't gonna say pleasure, because the crack era was something serious, man. You saw one week you see a lady, man, she might be the finest thing on two legs. You see a few months later, man, she's skinny as a pole. I mean, it was like, I thought I had never seen nothing like it, you know, growing up like that. You seeing people abandon their children, lose their dignity, you know, selling their cars, women selling their bodies. I mean, even some men were selling their bodies. I mean, so it was a rough patch. But you know, the Percocet addicts, I'm seeing them leaning and falling, and you know, just pill popping. And one thing he did touch on that I like, man, was how these young cats are destroying their brain cells. You don't know what's in this Percocet. You know what's in these new drugs. Well, you know something. Some of this stuff is killing people. So, you know, I mean, if don't, like, I know a crack addict live forever. I don't know one crackhead who caught COVID. Yeah, man. I mean, damn. So, but you look at it, these things are really, these new drugs, these new designer drugs, man, are really taking apart this next generation or this current generation. But the ones after them coming up are seeing what's going on. So it's like, it's just a whole new world, man. It's a brand new world. But Charleston White hitting it on the head, man. The syrup, dope fiends. I mean, you see when he was served out, it wasn't nothing more shameful. I've seen dudes fall out, man. Back then cats had baggy clothes on, so they fall out and pants on the ground, and their privacy exposed. They sleep. I mean, it's drugs, how they make you lose your inhibition. It's what I think, and when he really tied it into it being a chromosome, where something in your family might have an addiction. Someone in your family might have an addiction. And I've seen that. I saw a guy who was a prominent and upcoming star in sports, but his mother was a smoker, aka a crackhead. Fast forward maybe 10 years after he gets out of school, he becomes a stone crackhead. He becomes a bigger crackhead than her. Winds up doing all kind of crimes, going to jail for 10, 15 years, get out for 2 or 3 years, goes right back and gets another 15 years. All because he needed to get this drug to for his fix. So hey man, it's crazy how I'm seeing it's almost like a mirror kind of thing from the 80s with the crack era, but it's kind of a cracked or slanted view of it, because the crack is different from the Percocet addicts, it's different from the syrup addicts, but the addicts nonetheless, man. But that's my view on that, man. Talking much is TMI back in the building, man. Hit the like and subscribe, man, and let you know when I'm putting them up, man. Shout out to the Ish gang, man. I'm out. One.